At night, the wind howled eerily through the lighted streets of Las Vegas. Jake was wandering in the shadows of the casinos, immersed in the glamour of the city. As he was enjoying his vacation with his family, he noticed a painting at the entrance of a casino that struck him strangely. It depicted a temple lost in the mysterious jungles of Mexico. Jake's interest immediately shifted to what secrets lurked inside this ancient structure. Feeling like he was being sucked into a black hole, Jake decided to say goodbye to his family for a while and set off for Mexico. When he reached the temple in Mexico, lost in the heart of the jungle, there was a strange atmosphere around him. As the sun set, a mystical energy appeared in the jungle. Jake noticed that symbols written in an ancient language glowed on the walls. The temple looked like the key to a portal. Suddenly, a presence appeared, accompanied by the smell of incense dedicated to the old gods. Its eyes were like a burning fire, leaving a feeling of coldness that pierced Jake. The being offered him a treaty. He would be spared mortal danger if he would perform a service for it. Jake entered into a forced agreement. The entity told Jake to return to Las Vegas and win in the casinos. However, he would have to lose everything he won to someone else. Jake agreed to the deal and started traveling around the casinos. With each game, his luck changed and his winnings increased. However, these winnings were being passed on to someone else at the will of the shadow entity, hovering around him on the lighted streets of Las Vegas. Other people's lives were turned upside down because of Jake's winnings. The cries of those who lost their winnings drove Jake into an inner conflict. The wealth was awakening dark impulses in him. Jake witnessed the dulling of his conscience. At the end of the deal, Jake returned to Mexico exhausted. With all he had gained, the temple was waiting for him. The entity thanked him and told him he was now free. However, Jake's gains and losses would never truly set him free. Shadows would continue to follow him. Ghosts of the past would haunt him. The mysterious jungles of Mexico seemed to be forever caught between the reality and the nightmare that Jake was living. As Jake wandered through the mysterious jungles of Mexico, the ghost of the past visited him in his dreams. He was caught between what he had gained and what he had lost. The entity visited Jake often, reminding him that the price of the treaty had been paid. However, there was hope in Jake. One day, as he wandered deep inside the temple, he thought he might find a solution in the ancient writings. He tracked down a prophecy and found a book in the dark rooms of the temple. It described an ancient ritual and claimed that it could lift the curse. Jake set out to find true love. As he wandered the lighted streets of Las Vegas, he thought about the lives he had lost. He had to find a balance between what he had gained and what he had lost. Discovering true love could be the only way out to lift the curse of existence. After a difficult journey, Jake met a woman named Emily who worked in a library in Las Vegas. Despite the darkness inside her, Emily showed Jake love. As Jake spent time with her, he felt a change in the influence of her presence. However, he needed to spend more time with her before he could claim to have found true love. As Jake and Emily's relationship deepened, the dark presence inside Jake grew weaker and weaker. However, he was still haunted by the ghosts that roamed the lighted streets of Las Vegas. Jake and Emily returned to Mexico and came to the temple. However, the presence tested Jake's resolve. One night, in the dark moonlight at the temple, Jake and Emily decided to perform the ritual. Jake performed the ancient ritual, believing he had found true love. The temple trembled, the ancient symbols glowed. The entity disappeared with a dark rumble. The curse on Jake was lifted, but the ghosts of the past and the lives lost on the glittering streets of Las Vegas have not returned. Jake and Emily decided to make a new start together, leaving behind the chaos of Las Vegas and the mystery of Mexico. They set sail for a future unaware of what was to come. Maybe true love couldn't completely erase the traces of the past, but at least Jake and Emily took a step forward in this difficult